Yo. You are back at another episode of Slow Children at Play with your boy, Cool Kid, Cool Sam from the bottom of your chest, nigga, a.k.a. Mr. Rub My Belly, a.k.a. Yeetus Thiometus. And I'm here with my man, the showboat, the Fire King himself, the young master, Benjamin Dagger.
Pop up.
I don't know what this when you start shooting guns in the sky.
Hit that button. We the best music.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we got an interesting topic for you today. Recently, in the Twitter sphere of flying around with tweets, we've been introduced to a topic that, I'm surprised it took so long to get here. The Karens are outraged, not surprised, and they are lashing back at pop culture for what we have done. If you're not familiar with Karens, I'm pretty sure you've seen them. If you've ever worked retail, Benjamin, have you worked retail?
No.
You never worked retail?
Well, I've worked hospitality. It's kind of close.
Kind of close. You've seen her. You've dealt with her.
Oh, yeah. I know
She's
her
had
very
expired
well.
coupons.
When she walks into the door, usually I'm like, that's the reason I'm going to get fired.
She immediately wants to speak to the manager when she is not happy. But she's never happy. She might occasionally date a black dude, and if she has mixed kids, she's super oppressed about those racial conversations. But I digress. Karen. They are lashing back. Today's topic is going to be about the fact that these middle-aged white women, I don't want to get persecuted for that, these middle-aged white women have convinced themselves that the slur Karen is comparable, if not worse, than the N-word.
Now, just so everyone's clear, because I was confused about this whole entire topic as well before we started this. He means Karen like the actual name Karen.
The actual name Karen.
Just so we're clear, the name Karen is what we're talking about.
So it's a term,
Sorry for Karens out there.
You're in pop culture. You've used the term for an annoying customer, someone who wants you to go above and beyond when the situation doesn't call for it. And even if you went above and beyond, she was not happy. Now, this is the thing. Anyone can be a Karen. It is not race-based. A black woman can be a Karen. A Mexican woman can be a Karen. Of course, white women.
I think my mom might be a Karen.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking close. It is not limited to just fucking race. Anyone can be a Karen. And the whole thing started with a fucking Twitter poll that I noticed, I think earlier this month. A Twitter poll started about Karen and how people felt if it was comparable or worse than the N-word. I know, laughable, right? Fucking hilarious. Yeah. And for those of you who don't know how it actually started, the term Karen goes all the way back to fucking Reddit. All my Reddit people, woo. The term actually goes back to a fucking post put on Reddit. Now, I don't have the exact information. I just know that it goes back that far. Reddit has been around and dropping shit. It's back on those Tumblr days, weird memes, all this shit. And that's where Karen started. And it's become a way of life for some people. Similar to OK Boomer and all my TikTok people out there. Similar to OK Boomer. One thing it is not similar or comparable to is the fucking N-word.
There's very few words out there that are comparable. There are words out there comparable, but there's very few that are can be invented, at least to this point at this day and time, that I think can be applied to that.
Nah, bro.
There's some certain ones ingrained in our DNA. I think in everybody, we all know. As soon as you say
nigga, we know where that word comes from. That word comes from years of fucking oppression. Now, for those of you who might be women's rights activists, I want you to understand, from the bottom of my heart, I support women's rights completely.
For sure.
I have a daughter, and I'll be damned if the nigga tell my daughter she can't do nothing. You guys have been through so much hardship. But in my opinion, this attack on Karens, it's not a women-based thing. It is the thing based on people who are pretentious, who are ungodly high
I
maintenance.
think a guy could be a Karen too.
I'm sure. If I'm bringing you out, bro, and your coupons expire, and I'm like, yo, sir, your coupons expire, especially when bitches like 2 months expire, you're like, I need you to respect these. And if I'm like, nah, sir, this is a Myers, not a Whole Foods, what the fuck you talking about? And you tell me to get to manager, you a fucking Karen. I don't give a fuck how big your dick is. You're a Karen. You're a Karen. Like, my balls hang to my knees. Okay, Karen. Like, bro, it's immediately, bro. Like, the shit boggles my mind that they want this word to be treated as a, yes, it's funny, it's pop culture fucking influenced, yes, but it is not by any means, any way, shape, or form comparable to hundreds of years of fucking oppression. Hundreds of years of oppression. You know that old white man who you stepped on his yard and you seen him mouth the word nigga, but he knew it was 2015, and if he said that, the black kids would be on his ass. How is that comparable? Rosa Parks didn't sit down on the bus to not be called a Karen.
I mean, let's think about what they would actually do to not be called Karens.
We didn't land in Whole Foods. Whole Foods landed on us.
I'm going to Aldi.
I fucking love Aldi's. First,
everybody loves Aldi's.
Them niggas, bro, they pizza.
People like to say like Aldi's like where poor people shop. No. If you really pay attention,
Angle,
all the rich people go to Aldi.
I ain't gonna lie though. Like, they be asking a lot when I gotta put my fucking quarter. Cause I'm terrible with bringing the cart back. That's like the most like for real. Like, that's the most gangster way to make sure a motherfucker bring their cart back. You want your quarter? You know niggas cheap too. Hell yeah.
That's some gangster shit right there. Like that's
fucking
old
brilliant.
School gangster.
That's
right
brilliant.
There.
All these
Collateral.
You have my respect, because if a nigga don't bring the quarter back, whoever getting the carts at night got hella quarters.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm it's a drought, nigga. Like, coronavirus got everything shut down. I'm keeping my quarter.
Got women trying to get a press. Women trying to go backwards with their women's rights, like
that
shit.
And I was talking to my homeboy about it today, bro. And like it was killing me because like his whole thing is his mom, I think, is a Karen too. And so like he was offended, but I think he was offended more so because his mom was offended. But I was like, I was like, bro, but is your mom a Karen? Like, is she a Karen? And he thought about it long and hard. You know what that nigga did? He laughed because he knew his fucking, like you just said, your mom was a Karen. Yeah. You know, and yes, there are stigmas followed behind that, but there are stigmas that are created from the fuck y'all do, nigga. Like the shit that to be called a Karen, to be labeled as a Karen, there are things that have been done over time that have made you fall into that category. And to be honest, to even be a Karen is not a bad thing. Is it a bad thing to be a Karen? No. It just means that I know if I'm working in retail, you gonna give me a hard fucking
thing.
time.
Like, just embrace that shit. Like, embrace that shit. Like, I feel like the problem is, like, from my perspective, black community or any other community, honestly, we're pretty harsh with the jokes. The culture of blazing and shit like that. But you try to go across cultural barriers with that, with blazing and shit, and then it's instantly you're hurting someone's feelings. You're getting a little too real with them. Yeah. Like I get it, but man, come on. Like
it's outrageous. Like, it really is. And I look back.
Karen of all things to like try to like compare something to like.
I mean, the N-word is like, if they would have said Karen is like the new okay boomer, I'd have been like, you know what? Facts, because that again is a term that is not based on race. It's based solely on age. Mm-hmm. And not even necessarily that. Nigga, I'm 31. And if I act like a boomer, you know what a little nigga who's 16 will look at me and say? Okay, boomer. And I'm going to look at him like, bitch, I'll strangle you over there.
Strangle like Homer.
Strangle us. You know? And it's like you can't compare that to, again, I can't stress this enough, years of fucking oppression. Karens weren't hung by a tree. Can you imagine that conversation? That tree would look mighty nice if a Karen was hanging from it. No, that don't even sound right. Look at all these Karens in my yard, bunch of Karens. No, bro, that's not comparable. It's not comparable. Can you imagine Karen being replaced with the N-word in like some songs?
I'm trying to think like how you would even insult Karen. Like, it's not really even like an insult if you really think about it. It's like
It's not an insult.
I'm trying to think of a way to insult. Like, why don't you go buy some nice things, Karen? Like,
you with your affordable bank account, Karen. How dare you have a credit of 720, Karen? The fuck out of here, man. Like, and I'm honestly, I'm a little.
it's like the new age bougie almost.
It is bougie. That's all Karens are. They're just bougie women, and there's nothing wrong with being bougie. Laugh at it. Basically, a poor motherfucker walked up to you and was like, "Yo, you doing better in life than I am, even if you got all your riches from your husband. Hey, fuck you. Okay, you hop in your Bentley and drive home happy, nigga." Why would you, Nick? Why would you be offended by that? Like, what the fuck? Like, this is bullshit. This is why Trump is in office now.
This is Dave's territory. This is men talking about women.
See, this is the thing, and this is why I can hear him now. He hates vagina. Like free the clit. So I would like, and this is one thing that I can't stress enough. I am all for women's rights. Again, I am a father of a beautiful baby girl. I am all for women's rights. This, however, the fact that they're putting it in the women's rights category, I think is fucking asinine. That's asinine. How is that? Because women call other women Karen. Old bitches call younger bitches Karen. Like, so how is that?
Hold on, man. Let's take
yeah, bro.
Why did they get offended when by Felicia?
I don't know why we didn't even get offended by Bob. We made that shit culturally acceptable.
Yeah, but then like I remember there was a big surge of white people using that shit, and I feel like they didn't really actually know what bi Felicia meant, but they knew it was like a fuck you.
Yeah.
Like,
but they used it. Did we trip? No. Niggas trip? Nah. Niggas was like, oh, you know what next? You know what Friday is?
Yeah, like,
no.
You my
and
homie.
then we schooled them.
Yeah.
Like, let me show you, bro. Craig and Smokey, nigga. Like,
I'm just thinking about like how many people use bi Felicia, and it never turned into like a thing.
It never, bro, never. Like, they made the shit a fucking meme.
So you're telling me we can use our own name?
Yes, exactly. yes, nigga. Yes, Karen, yes.
You can use, I don't know how to use black names, African names, and it's okay, but
it's
I don't know, yeah.
But that just shows you where we are as a fucking system. Coronavirus has made
Coronavirus
has. That's what I'm gonna boil it down to. Is coronavirus has made niggas bored. Like, niggas are bored.
So fucking bored.
And they ain't got shit to do.
Oh my god.
I'm at home all day. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start a riot. Karen tonight. Like, it made niggas bored, bro. And that's all, man. This shit is crazy. And sit back. I did a little research on this shit. Like I said, I was reading up on it on the Reddit shit. And it was. There you go. And if you don't already follow me, Yeetus.Meetus, TikTok, follow your boy. You know, there's been a huge surge in these little white kids saying nigga. Now, what did we do as a culture on TikTok? You know what we did? We was like, hey, yo, y'all calm down. You know what they kept doing? All right. Nigga. Like, and we was like, yo, y'all calm down. You know what they did? Nigga. And it was like, all right, look, we gonna start canceling niggas. And when we started canceling niggas, that's when it calmed down. But again, that's because the word is fuel behind hatred. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I got some white friends that might say nigga. You know what I do? I be like, all right, roll up. Just watch you say that shit around. But do I get mad and want to punch him in the throat? No. I give him a fair warning that, yo, well, you can't say that behind him, especially if you
That's the bare minimum you can do right there.
You know, like, yo, I'm not mad at you, but I need you to understand, you know, that word, again, has hatred behind it. Karen doesn't have hatred behind it. If I call you a Karen, it's because you annoyed me at work. Do I hate you? Do I want to see you dragged and lynched? No, I want you to hurry up and take your expired coupons and get your fucking skin milk and take your all-natural eggs and get the fuck out of the store.
Take your husband Fred with you.
Probably named Chad. Drives a Bentley. I ain't mad at you on that one, though. Like, I want you to get the fuck out of the store. I don't want you to call my manager because my manager either going to do two things. He going to agree with me or...
I think it's in the protocol to agree with any Karen that walks through the door.
That's in the handbook. Like, that's
in the handbook.
That's a whole fucking
number
section.
one.
Like, paragraph 6, section B. All Karens are right all the time.
Oh, yeah, no. Definitely.
Fucking stop putting that shit in the training courses. Like, hi, I'm David. Are you dealing with a Karen right now? Here are 6 easy steps. Don't look her in the eye. Comment her hair. Take all of her coupons. Like, bro, like, it's bothers me, like, how bored motherfuckers are, how reaching, like it's.
You know, there's this weird side of me that like I feel for their lack of pain. If that makes sense. I feel like there's this weird pain of the lack of pain, and they just want that.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, and it's fucked up. Like,
Well, yeah,
I don't want to. I mean,
it's like, well, we're not that oppressed, but
we'll take whatever we can get.
We take whatever we can get.
Whatever we can get.
Publicity everywhere.
Did you look at me the wrong way?
Like, you know, it's insane that society. It's not even society. It's a group of crazy motherfuckers. You know, I know a couple real life Karens whose name is Karen, and they find it hilarious. But it's because they have a sense of humor.
Yeah. I mean, wait a second. White dudes didn't freak out when we fucking were making fun of Kyle's.
No, bro, they owned it, bro.
They owned it.
Them motherfuckers owned it, bro. Like all
what does Kyle do? Drink Mountain Dew.
Drink Mountain Dew. Fucking skateboard. Punch a hole in drywall. Fucking own that shit, bro. What's that? The comedian named Trevor? Yeah. Like, bro, he owned that shit, bro. They owned it. They fucking, and that's what you're supposed to do. I feel like if you a Karen, own that shit. Own it. Own it.
Damn.
Say it with your chest. 3 times.
That's some real shit right there.
Like, own that shit.
Own that shit.
Own that shit. Like, if you're gonna be called it, motherfucker, why are you called a Karen? Think about why you're called a Karen. You're meticulous when it comes to shopping. You don't take shit. You will write a letter. And that shit's power. But that's still, like, that's own that shit. Own it. Am I gonna be happy when you come in my store? Probably not, because I don't want to deal with it. But own that shit. Own it. Own being called a Karen. You know, like, oh, motherfucker.
So if you're a Karen out there, don't be mad.
Don't be mad.
Own that shit.
Own that shit. Own it, Karen.
Hashtag Karen.
Own it, Karen.
Hashtag Karen life.
KWA. Karens with attitude. Fucking own that shit. Speaking of that,
that's where it gets it's touchy.
Karen, that's what they are right now.
Karen's attitude. It's like it's clearly upon our words.
That's exactly what they are right now, bro. Karen with attitude. So, for those of you who were paying attention to my Facebook earlier, I did a post. It was a Karen post, and I said that whoever had the funniest Karen album name or song name will be shouted out. So, let me go and do that. Drum roll, please. All right, so my homeboy Mason Mahoney had one, and again, this is for the Karens with Attitude album coming out late July this year. Expected some of the dopest lyrics you've ever heard that you can't return because the man is just not having that shit.
We can not going back.
We got Mason Mahoney with I know it's store bought Debbie's. I like that shit. We got Trajan Smith who said straight out of Costco. Looks like we got a Samantha Marie who said get me the manager and I don't care if the coupon's expired. That's fucking hilarious. And Keith Alford said I wish an employee would. And Brian said fuck the cashier. So those
fuck the cashier.
Fuck the cashier. Fuck the cashier. So those are the top comments.
Coming straight from outside.
Coming straight from the Whole Foods. Like, so those were the top 4. Shout out to the Karen mixtape. I told you coming out late July. Cop that shit. If you don't, you will regret it. And if you do, just make sure you get the coupons. But again, man, I can't stress this shit enough. Just how crazy this topic is. How nuts like these people are. You cannot compare Karen to the N-word. The shit don't match up, Benjamin. It don't. It don't match up. Like there's no possible way that you being teased because you're a little eccentric and you want to talk to the manager every time some shit don't go right versus, hey nigga, get out my yard. Like, like it's different. It's completely different. So, what I'm gonna need from my beautiful Karens with the bob cuts and the little kids who are wearing Skechers, preferably Heelys if you got the money, which you probably do. Fuck yeah! Like, you knew a kid was a Karen kid, bro. Just
oh my gosh! Yeah, like yeah. You had Heelys. Your mom was a Karen.
You could tell just how that nigga's collar was popped, how his hair was cut, and how his mom said, "Brandon, Tatum." Like
Nicholas.
There was a certain octave that Karens gave off. And again, like me and my homeboy said, if you are a Karen, own that shit. The Kyles of the world own that shit. Drinking Mountain Dew, punching fucking cardboard and skateboarding really shitty in
riding
the alley. Riding dirt bikes. If Kyles own that shit. Chaz own that shit. With his visor upside down, his double collar, and his little shell neck, he owned that shit. He owned that shit.
Got a tan line around that shell necklace.
Hella tan line, bro. And everything is bruh. Like,
man, I say bruh.
I say hella bruh, bro, all the time, bro. So own that shit. That's what I'm getting down to is, look, you're not gonna win this battle. It's too many years of oppression.
I mean, hold on, we can't say that.
They're not gonna win this battle. They can write as many letters as they want. They can get every manager in the Midwest side of the fucking United States. They're not winning this one. Too many niggas. Too many niggas who will not let Karen sit up with this.
You think, you know what's funny though, even if it did get squashed, it'd be another name.
Yeah, it's gonna be another name. And even if they make
Priscilla.
if they outlaw we calling you Karen, bitch, I'm calling you Priscilla. Look here, Daphne. Like something else gonna pop up. But we live in that.
Well, no, it's gotta be an old timey name, like it's gotta, Karen.
Regina?
No, like
Karen's pretty classic, bro. Karen's pretty like that shit's rolls
like
up.
I don't want to throw my mom underneath it. I need Carol.
I mean Carol Baskin. Carol was making like Carol, like you could all right, Carol, like that shit was coming up. Like
right?
So shout out Tiger King, hey, Joe Exotic. I actually met that nigga, bro. Yeah, for real, I met that nigga. So he came to the mall years ago, bro. And I didn't even realize it because, this was post like meth and all the husbands and shit. This nigga, he came to the mall and like I met that nigga. I shook his hand. I got a picture with a tiger. Like that's my hero, bro. It's my fucking hero.
So you actually have a picture with him. Why didn't you post that shit?
I have a picture of the tiger. I don't have a picture with him, but it's from Joe Exotic shit. Like it's dope. I will shout out. If you guys want to see the picture of me with the tiger, I will post it. Let me know in the comments after this video is posted if you want to see cute, cuddly, Mr. Rub My Belly, aka Cool Kid Cool with a little tiger cub. It's the I Am the Tiger, fat ass.
Oh wait, I think that's the wrong song. I think I just sang the final countdown.
That is completely different. I mean, it is one of those like fucking 80s like anthems. So fucking if you can beat somebody's ass to it, it was it. But that's our take on it, man. That's how I feel. I personally think that it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and the fact that it got as much attention as it did is ridiculous.
We just need to stop comparing women's rights to black rights. Like women, we get it, like, but at the same time, remember that they're separate.
They are,
they're all separate. So like, because earlier today I was having this conversation with this Karen, and she was like, she wouldn't let up off the fact that like slavery was a thing for black people. Like some Karens don't want to admit that was a thing. They want to. Well, Irish people were slaves at one point too, and there was other slaves at other points in time. Yet no one said that they wasn't. No one said that they wasn't.
We're not trying to take away from that. We just need you to understand the shit's separate.
Yeah, the shit is separate, and honestly, timeline-wise, we're still kind of hurting from that shit a little bit.
Still like, nigga, every time I see a cop, my dick go in my stomach.
Dude.
Look up, nigga, straighten up, nigga.
I can't go out the house without freaking out about police. You saw me the other day, like, you tried to give me the call, I'm like, oh, cops.
I still
I'm just to go outside,
TV,
like,
nigga.
Fuck a hurricane, fuck a tornado, cops.
Like, and that's different. And I think that's something that you would think with the way the world progressed, that we would get to a point where it would be understood. And we can't stress this enough. We are not taking away from women's rights and where you guys have come from. But it is different. It is very different. Racial oppression, sexual oppression. Like even the same thing with the LGBTQ community. Their oppression is still different. You can't compare that to somebody being called the F word, someone being called a homo. Like, that's not comparable to being called a Karen. That's not.
Nope.
There's oppression behind that, bro. You mean I couldn't kiss my boyfriend in the 1940s because he cut my dick off and throw me over a bridge?
Man, they probably kill you at this exact moment.
You know, that shit's different, bro. Like, it was different for the motherfuckers. Like, you just can't, it's not comparable. And I just think Karens around the world should gather together in a book club.
Embrace that shit.
Write a letter. And embrace that shit, bro. Embrace your Karen nature. Flaunt your shit.
If you a Karen out there, you better be listening.
Shit.
Flaunt that shit. Embrace that shit. Hashtag your post.
You know how lit I'd be for motherfucker if I felt bougie enough and had the money to be called a Karen?
No, I might start doing it. I might start doing it just because. Whenever I feel fresh, feel like I'm good.
Yes, sir.
Get a stimulus check.
This spoon is not shiny. This spoon is not shiny. I need you to take the whole meal back and make the meal free. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Like, bro, like seriously, it's crazy. But you guys have any questions, any suggestions for the next episode? Feel free to inbox myself. You can find me on Facebook, Co-Minded with Greer. Same thing on Instagram. And if you want to message me on TikTok, Meet us. You can access the boy Benjamin Dagger Days on his social media. Tell him what social media is.
You can just Google Doggy Days or YouTube Doggy Days. I'm all over the fucking place. At the same time, also for next episode, if any producers, musicians out there got any music you want on our next podcast, make sure you send them to what's your email again?
Oh, why shit. Gotta be my email?
Send it to my email. Nickname.
Well, yeah, he want to send it to nigga. I'm the mouth. You so send it to this nigga's email. I will block the fuck out of you.
My email is which email should I tell you? Easy one. All right, djdoggydays@gmail.com. And if you falls through the cracks, if anything, get at me on the Facebook page. Actually, Facebook Doggy Days would be a lot easier.
You can come to the page, follow us on Facebook.
Or Slow Children That Play. Yeah.
Slow Children That Play. For more episodes, and like I said, get at us, man. Let us know how you feel about this episode. I will have it posted. Holla at your boy.
And all those needed links we'll put them down in the description. So don't need to play it back over and over again. We'll pay if you want to. We got big voices. So.
All right, Karen.
Yeah, I'm very much caring about my voice.
La 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 la.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in.
See you next time. Peace.
In a world full of shopping centers and disgruntled employees, there is a group of people who give no fucks. Just when you thought things couldn't get any worse, the Karens attacked. No business is safe. Be ready to get your manager. Steer clear of that carpool lane, and for the love of God, take those expired coupons. From the creators of the Toothpick, Transformers, The Pacifier, The Matrix, Despicable Me, anything with Kevin Hart and The Rock, The Fast and Furious, and Godzilla, the invasion of the Karen Snatcher. No Karens were harmed in the shooting.